Howdy folks, Mark IV here. Traditional on-site logistics focuses on moving stuff. Insight operations focuses on seeing stuff though. And in real time, before time, and after time. If that makes sense to you. So the right moves happen with almost like a spooky precision. Think of it as strapping an MRI, a weather satellite, a Google Maps, and all of it all onto your show floor three-wheel personnel cart. McKinsey calls this the move toward next generation operating models. And they found it unlocks an extra 20 to 30% in productivity gains. And PwC backs it up by saying that 41% of operations leaders are funneling fresh budget into control tower visibility and AI forecasting. And here's what matters for us event folk. Ernst & Young warned that risk blind spots widen as complexity scales up. And we all know how stupid complex an event can be, right? Only organizations that embed continuous insight into every layer will stay resilient. So, let's build that resilience. Today, I'm giving you 5 tools for X-ray vision in your event logistics. Situational awareness, control tower workflows, predict and prep engines, a smart vendor myth, and a continuous learning loop. Let's dive into all 5, and then we'll talk about how you can use these right away. Okay. The Situational Awareness Grid. This is your event's heartbeat. Your live who, what, when, where, and why map. The pains for this are fragmented data, freight ETAs buried in emails, and badge counts in a separate app. And labor head counts and then just get lost in Slack. And you're flying blind, plus latent signals. The rigging crew shows up for sponsor wraps, but where are those wraps? You know, at $900 per hour, those idle minutes really hurt. The other thing you encounter is a human overload. Event leads make dozens of micro decisions per minute, and small issues get missed, and then they spiral. The symptoms show themselves as setup drift and small delays just cascading into overtime bills. Something else that you'll spot is a vendor blame ping pong game. I gave that crate to you 6 hours ago. Another one is the decision paralysis. Oh wait, which document was current? And maybe the worst of the bunch is sponsor confidence will take dips, and they see the wobble, okay? And oh my, is that trust hard to regain? The solution for this is to build a stupid simple grid that has only 4 columns: asset, owner, status API, and time criticality. Asset is everything that moves, pays, or breaks. Owner is who's responsible. And the status API is where live updates come in, where they're fed from. And time criticality is T-minus 15 minutes, 4 hours, or just kind of floating. And what you want to do here is tag your inputs with colors. Red for critical paths, and yellow to monitor closely, and green is just a kind of a nice to know, an FYI. But once you have this basic structure, it's super important to assign one grid steward. They own grid hygiene. And when your team trusts the grid, everyone uses it. What you want to do is roll it into just a simple dashboard. You use Airtable, Google Sheets, whatever. Just keep it simple, okay? I am not alone in this way of thinking. Deloitte found mid-sized organizations improved on-time scores by 18% using nothing fancier than a spreadsheet. So don't get hypnotized by the magical appearance of sexy-looking tech, okay? The second area of focus is in control tower workflows. Your grid needs to talk, even scream when things go sideways. And the pain here will show its pesky little head and alert overload. You know, too many signals becoming just background noise. And then comes tech stack overwhelm. Your crew toggles between several dashboards and are missing critical issues. And the solution to this is define 3 escalation lanes, okay? Heads up, it's just for FYI only. Help needed is for decisions required. And then here's the most pertinent one. Stop the line. It's show-stopping issue here. Then create a single pane of glass for you to look through. Google Looker Studio is free. Make traffic light tiles. Green is all good, yellow is monitor closely, and red is immediate action. And what we're doing here is using bot-driven nudges. If an asset's ETA slips outside of the acceptable frame, Zapier shoots a DM with Google Maps links to your dock captain, let's say. No 5 phone calls to try to get this put into motion. It's just action like that. And this seems like techno magic, but AI has made this so simple to have automations made that you can put a summer intern on it and have a working prototype in like 24 hours. The formula is this. Start with your situational awareness grid, pull publicly accessible information, and then when something is flagged, push content out to your preferred communication channel, text, Slack, email, whatever, with important information already included. Once you have all that, simulate a dry run. Flip, I don't know, like 3 of the grid rows to red in a test mode. And what you want to find out is, does the right person get alerted in 60 seconds or so? And if not, patch that now and move on. If you're too scared to spend the 4 hours to work out these automations, Google Sheets has notification settings via email that are okay, as long as you get push email notifications to your phone and actually pay attention to them too. Again, this isn't just me telling you that this is important. Skift reported that top agencies employ control tower producers whose goal is under 90 seconds from problem to insight to action. You do well to do the same and then make their jobs efficient with this automation that I'm talking about, because it's hard to work in a hurricane when it hits the fan. The third area of focus is predict and prep engines. Turn your rear view mirror into a heads-up display. The panes here will show their pesky little heads in the form of labor booked on old templates, inventory set by gut, and weather and traffic are landing as surprises to you. And the symptoms for this are overtime Fridays, dead pay Saturdays, and orphan swag pallets, and 40-minute badge lines as well. What's the solution here? Mash historical and external data. I've talked about it before, but make it easy to call out and organize pain points on the fly so that you can track them for the future. Last 5 shows, plus weather, traffic, holidays, even small data gives trending direction. Use basic forecasting. Predict hourly reg desk arrivals and dock queues and coffee consumption, whatever, Deloitte shows this cuts idle labor 22% while slashing overtime. And for the love of it all, run scenario simulations. Model 3 failure modes. Show leadership the delta, and they'll approve the mitigation budgets fast, because that's real cash in between. The fourth area of focus is smart vendor mesh. What the hell do I mean by that? Insight dies in silos. The pain here is that every vendor uses different systems. And they hesitate to share data because short-sightedness will potentially give them more money, but cause them to blow up later when everyone's angry. And contracts are silent on data requirements, so let's fix that, huh? The solution? Add data clauses to RFPs. Require minimum response times for key metrics and live feed access for ones that you can't. I'll give you 5 random KPIs right now. ETA, completion percentage, exception flow, next milestone, and on-site contact. Right, those are easy ones, okay? Whatever you throw in that bag, map your mesh. Draw arrows showing data flow. And if you have an empty arrow, then that is an action item. Amongst all of that, create translator layers. I like Zapier, because Zapier, you can go in and parse vendor emails into your grid automatically. Once you have this mesh, hold joint ops briefings. I've talked about this before. It's the 666 rule. Greater than 6 months out, you want to meet about every other month. After 6 months, you want to meet at least once a month. And 6 weeks to show site, you want to meet every single week. Each vendor shares one leading metric in that meeting that should go over to this mesh. And you want to publish the scorecards, green for proactive data, red for radio silence. And vendors will chase green badges like a gold star by a little kindergartner. The 5th area of focus is in a continuous learning loop. The insight never sleeps, neither should your improvement, okay? The pain here? Postmortems become anecdote contests. Lessons hide in PDFs nobody opens, and new hires repeat old mistakes. So what's the solution? Define, 8 to 10 real KPIs. We'll say dock dwell time, on-time door open, badge queue duration, labor overtime percentage, sponsor SLA hits. You name it. Auto collect from your grid. And if you have bandwidth, hook up Looker Studio or the license, Tableau, for daily heat maps into what's actually happening. Once you have this, run 2-tier debriefs, your daily 10-minute huddles plus a 90-minute post-show summit. And please, 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 version control your playbooks and treat SOPs like software with a version, a review, and a ship date. But once you have all of this, you can create a knowledge bot. Pipe docs into Notebook LLM, and any crew can ask, how did we handle Javits in 2024? And get an answer almost instantly. All right, I've rambled on long enough, so let's wrap this up, shall we? The Situational Awareness Grid gives you the map. The control tower workflows give you the voice. Predict and prep engines give you the foresight that's required. And a smart vendor mesh connects your ecosystem. Continuous learning upgrades your DNA. McKinsey, PwC, EY, Skift, Deloitte all say the same thing. Organizations that weaponize insight at the operational layer beat those that just work harder. And our margin for error here was a 23-minute general session, not a quarterly cycle, okay? The payoff, though, is the doors open on time, sponsors renew, and crew goes home before midnight, and you look like you own a crystal ball. So tape this into your show binder or on the back of your phone. If I can't see it live, I don't own it. Commit to that. Insight Operations turns every gut clench into a data-motivated move. And your events and your sanity will thank you. Need to take this deeper? Check out our worksheets. Check out our LinkedIn. Hit me up. I got you. Let's go change the world.